Thank you, Madam Speaker. Over the last couple of days, I've spoken a lot about my opposition to this bill's creation of a public fund filled with dollars from corporate fines to directly fund the campaign coffers of every member of this institution and candidates. And my Democrat colleagues have continued to say this isn't public funding or corporate donations because it's corporate fines. So what is the truth? I think my chart here tells a story. So we have corporate fines, that's corporate dollars, something that we as members of Congress and our campaigns cannot accept right now. Those corporate dollars that pay these corporate fines that we set the levels of in this institution, they then go to the U.S. government in this new, that H.R. 1 creates, the Freedom from Influence Fund. It's really a laundering machine. So they launder that money, that corporate money that we cannot accept right now, into the Treasury, and it comes out clean as public money. It's money that used to be used for things like the crime victims funds. Instead, this new laundered money, this taxpayer money, because it's public, it's under the control of us, then goes out exponentially to all of us, to our campaigns, to pay for attack ads, fundraisers, mailers, phone calls, whatever you want. But either way, it's government sending corporate dollars directly to us. This is and should be prohibited, but H.R. 1 changes that. And it puts more money into politics and not less. How about the Crime Victims Fund? How about victims of domestic violence get these dollars? Let's make sure that we address programs that deal with sexual assault, child abuse, and other crimes. This money will not go into the Victim of Crimes Fund because it's going to all of us. All 50 state attorney generals have told us that this vital Crime Victims Fund is nearly depleted. But instead of plussing it up, here we are today, funding our own campaigns with a yes vote. This bill isn't for the people, it's for the politicians. This is why I'm offering a motion to recommit so that we can put forward a bill that works for the American people. Madam Speaker, if we adopt this motion to recommit, we will instruct the Committee on House Administration to consider an amendment to remove all public financing from this legislation. I ask unanimous consent to insert the text of the amendment in the record immediately prior to the vote on the motion to recommit.
Without objection.
It's one reason I'm opposed to H.R. 1 and giving Democrats another chance to join me, stopping this charade, stopping enriching themselves and their own campaign. This is one last chance before you do it again. Another reason I oppose H.R. 1 is because the election mandates on states in this bill go against what our founding fathers intended and essentially nationalizes our election system. If signed into law, H.R. 1 would be the greatest expansion of the federal government's role in our elections than we've ever seen. By moving these decisions to D.C., we are further removing people from the laws that govern their elections. People should have more say in how their elections are run, not less. Our goal is to always ensure all eligible voters are able to vote and all lawful votes are counted. It's not what H.R. 1 does. And the only witness who has run an election before said during the single House administration hearing held on this bill that H.R. 1 will undermine many of the election laws states have put in place to make it easier for people to vote and improve their election process for their voters. One-size-fits-all mandates from Washington will not fix the problems we've seen in elections across the country. They will just cause more chaos and confusion. These issues need to be solved at the local and state level. Instead of dictating to states, we should be working with them and localities to address these issues, and I stand ready and willing to work with my Democrat colleagues to do just that. But I will not vote for a federal takeover of elections. I will not vote to use the federal government to put more money into my campaign. It's bad policy. It's bad for the American people. I urge support for the motion to recommit at the appropriate time, a no vote on the underlying bill, and I reserve the balance of my time.